What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devan. That's Melo. That's Bread. How y'all doing tonight?
Magnificent.
I'm doing great. Somebody got their YouTube on.
Yeah. Bread's that you? You got our show playing right now in the background?
I like that intro. I ain't going to complain hearing it twice, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
My bad, fella. I had a long day today, man. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy to be on a podcast here, and I finally made it, fella.
Yeah, dude. We're glad you did. We were a little bit nervous there for a minute. You weren't going to make it.
Man,
I know you were going through
out there. Woo, yeah, you got sliders out there, bro.
Well, welcome everybody in the chat. Me and Melo just got done with an absolutely amazing fire interview with the Sanchez's. That was extremely fun. But Steely, C-Dub, Kirst, Karis, we appreciate you, Mika, everybody else in the chat. I see Lucia in there as well. We appreciate y'all joining us. We've got a pretty good show planned for y'all tonight. We're gonna get Bread's thoughts on the game, what we saw out of the old sad valley there now. So I'm interested to dive into that. Bread,
I'm listening, Coach. I'm listening.
But before we dig into the nitty and gritty of the game and what we thought about offense and defense and all that stuff, did you think the game was going to go that way?
Yes. I knew Buckeye was going to win the game, a close one, but I knew Penn State was going to play. That's facts. Hey man, they were number 3 in the nation, man. You gotta give them props when it's due. You can't take nothing from Penn State. You can't. They earned to be number 3. They were earned to be undefeated. Listen, when it's time to play 4 quarters of football, this is what happened, man.
Amen. Hey, dude, I gotta say, that's a fire shirt you're wearing there, dude. I don't know where you got that thing. Hey, dang, dude, look at that shirt.
Thanks to y'all,
Buckeye
boys,
you're
Buckeye boys, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All righty. Let's dive into it, man. Let's break this thing down a little bit more. Me and Melo did a little surface level, very positive breakdown. We'll go a little bit deeper tonight. Let's start off with the leader of the team, per Ryan Day in his press conference today, Will Howard. Bread, break us down what you thought of Will Howard in the Penn State game.
Okay, you start with me first? No problem. Listen.
Yeah.
I keep telling y'all, man, every time you make a mistake, he never rattles. Was that a huge mistake he did? Yes, he did. Of course it was. But guess what? He made up for it throughout the whole game. You know what I'm saying? I always gonna say, you gotta play 4 quarters of football. You just can't play 1 quarter. You can't play half a quarter. You gotta play 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters of football. And I think I'm gonna give him a B+. He played good.
Like it. Melo.
I'm not gonna give him a B+. I'm gonna give him a. This is the thing. You know how hard it is to grade Will Howard? Because from a leadership standpoint and a bounce back and resiliency standpoint, he's an A++, right? So that's always going to raise his grade for me. Like if we just go off his physical, actual gameplay, I would have gave him probably a C. But for him to have the resiliency to still lead this team to a win, for his toughness, for he did put 2 good balls out there that were just dropped or lost in the sun or whatever. And that last run where he slid and did the Drew Aller. Like, I have to give him a B-.
Gotcha.
I'll give him a B-.
Yeah.
Overall.
As we always say, right? Like, I love Will Howard. I love every player on this team. I think they're absolutely amazing. This is Ohio State football. So don't look at it as, if we say things the players did wrong, that's just a game of football, man. Players are going to make mistakes. It doesn't mean we think they're not good or they're not the right player for the job. We just like breaking down the game, man. We like talking about the facts and what actually happened. And the fact is that Will Howard won the game, man. He did what he needed to do. He made some good decisions. He made some bad decisions. That interception, man, he just got fooled, dude. Penn State normally runs man defense. They did a little trick thing, and Ryan Day said in his press conference today, dude, that happens to every single quarterback. Now, Ryan Day wasn't so graceful when it came to the fumble at the goal line. He said that just can't happen. Will Howard knows that can't happen, so that cannot happen. But, Melo, I'm with you. It's hard to give him a grade because he does things like that, right? And then if you go back and watch the film, I got to tell you that these receivers were wide open all game. All game long. Parnell Tate was open. JJ was open. Emeka was open. Dude, they were lighting up their secondary. And Will Howard sometimes just gets focused in on one guy and stares him down and doesn't always see the full field all the time. But I love the way he's growing. I love his leadership. Sometimes you ask yourself, would you rather have, I'm not saying this is Kyle McCord's aspects, but just pretend it is. Would you rather have a Kyle McCord with the same attitude that he had last year, but he hits those deep throws, but he's not a leader like that, and he doesn't have that fire? Or would you rather have Will Howard this year? My answer is I would rather have Will Howard this year for that leadership and the fact that he can bounce back. He's a gamer. He makes mistakes. He throws an interception. Then he comes out and he leads the team down for a touchdown. And you just can't Ryan Day said it. You can't really coach those things too much, man. Will Howard just kind of came into that stuff. That's just what he is. And it's very rare to have that, especially in a college football player. So I love Will Howard, bro. And I'm disgusted that whatever the whoever Georgia's quarterback can be in the Heisman race and Will Howard's not. That's just a travesty to me.
Because Carson Beck is not good.
I say Will Howard for Heisman. Yeah, I say Will Howard for Heisman. But yeah. So, hey, moving on to the next one, Melo, you can take this one first. Talk about these running backs, dude. These big boy running backs that showed that they are pretty much the number one running backs in the nation against Penn State, which, let me remind everybody, was I believe a top 5 rushing attack defense in the nation when we went into them. Maybe top 5, maybe number 8. I can't remember, but very good rushing defense. Melo, thoughts on the running backs?
Your running backs are only as good as your own line. So,
let's just put them together. Yeah.
So the 2 running backs to me are the 2 best. And I know Ashton Genty is out there and he's elite, but I mean, he's not playing the same level of competition. So we really don't know how elite he is. And he is elite. I'm not going to even say that, but would he be putting up those same numbers if he was playing in the Big Ten or SEC week in and week out? No, absolutely not. I don't believe so. I believe the O-line really stepped up, man. And now my confidence is back. We're winning the Natty this year. I was faltering a little bit because I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought it was kind of crazy if you lose one left tackle that your O-line would be so in flux. But it shows like they had the guy they needed the whole time sitting on the bench for whatever reason that we may know or not know or whatever we heard. But Carson Hinsman is a monster. You put him, Seth, and Donnie on the same line right next to each other. Oh, my goodness. Like, imagine if he was starting right guard when Josh Simmons was there. It would have been ugly.
Yeah. Brad, what's your thoughts, man?
To me, I told y'all last week before the game, you're going to always be next man up. Always. And guess what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had a good feeling they're going to put Donovan Jackson at left tackle, bro. I had a good feeling. Did he play good? Yes, he did. Even though number 11 was a beast at Penn State. He's a beast.
He is. He really is.
Donovan. But you got to remember, that's not Donovan's primary position. But he played exceptional. He played exceptional, bro. But listen, overall, the O-line, I like that order. I really do. And guess what? I get him an A+, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
A plus for the running backs and for the O-line, Melo and Bread. A+, both
A+.
of them.
Yes.
A+.
Yeah.
Cause listen, Junkins had 95 yards. Trey Hen had 54. They don't get no better than that, bro. And guess what?
And I think Junkins only had 14 carries too.
14 carries, and Trey Hen had 10. But guess what, though? Guess what the average was? Junkins had 6.8.
Who did?
Trey Hen had Junkins.
Okay.
6.8 yards average in that game. And Trey Hen had 5.4.
Yeah.
Come on, man. A disc about the O-line. It is what it is, bro.
Oh, hold on. I got to get this off my chest. So I was watching a show on 3 podcasts, and this goofy looking dude with glasses said Penn State shut down Ohio State's run game. They couldn't do anything, and I don't think they're gonna win a natty. And Bud Elliott kind of looked at him like he was crazy. And they had to put in the comment section, if you take out the 3 sacks and the kneeling, they average 5.1 yards per carry. In what world is that shutting down the run game? Obviously, he didn't answer it, but I wanted to address the goofy with the glasses. If you're watching this, I'm talking to you. If you're going to do this for a living and you have that following, you better get your facts straight, because I'm here. That's why I surf YouTube and I fact check people. Go ask Dog Post, go ask the film guy, or go ask any of them. I hit them with facts, and that's why they can't argue with me. So if you're going to put it out there, you better know what you're talking about, because I'll call you out.
Yeah.
Fire
Yep.
Hey, dude, first off, them running backs, dude. I mean, the highlight of the games for me, as far as the running backs go, were the way they were blocking, dude. I mean, Q and Trey coming down. I mean, dude, that block that Trey had on Will Howard's little fumble in the end zone, dude, I could watch that on repeat for a long time, dude. And I'm telling you, not even that. Watch these 2 running backs run, bro. They run like they're trying to hurt somebody. I believe Q did hurt somebody. He straight up bulldozed over 2 people. I'm talking about lowered his shoulder, and when he hit them, they dropped to the ground, and he kept going 2 separate times. Go watch the film, dude. It's something spectacular. They're just running hard. Q has always been like that. Trey, not so much. So who's new in the building that could be instilling this type of toughness into our running backs? Coach Locke, baby, all the way, dude. Coach Locke for president, dude. He's tearing it up, man.
Shout out to my ex in the chat. What's up? Thanks for supporting.
Hey.
Well, you're a bad son of a gun, boy.
Hey, give us the dirt.
Her for real, man. I can't do nothing with that I do with my daughter without her. So I appreciate you.
I need some dirt on Melo for a rainy day.
Nah, do not give him any dirt.
Not like dirt. I ain't trying to hurt him, but I just want to be able to, you know what I mean, let people a funny picture, something, shoot it my way. I'll give you $20. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But
Lord,
hey, yo, the O-line. Let's get to you guys already hit on it. I got to hit on the O-line because I'm stoked about it, bro. Carson Hinsman, highest rated offensive lineman per PFF. Not only that, go watch the film. It's clear, dude. The dude's a dog, bro. I don't remember a play that he really missed an assignment. And if you guys remember, like on the offensive predictions, I think we all might have said it. Rush for 150 yards and just don't miss assignments. Don't miss assignments, right? And there was a couple missed assignments, but for the most part, dude, they got it down pat, man. And they tore it up, dude. And, you know, I was so thrilled. And so first off, I was very nervous that for some reason they might try to switch this lineup now. And today in the press conference, Ryan Day said, this is the lineup. So praise the Lord that they are deciding to do that. I find it interesting that today in the press conference, Ryan Day said, it's not so much what they saw in practice from Carson. They relied more on the fact that he had all that experience, and that's what they were betting on. So this goes to show you that practice is not the same as game time experience. Those were the words from the head coach's mouth, just because normally you see the opposite. Normally you see a player that tears it up in practice, gets to game time, just doesn't perform. Well, this was the opposite. And, dude, that just goes to show you the mental toughness. Look at what this dude went through, right? It was the starting center. Didn't get a start for Missouri. Coaching malpractice, right? Get to this year, and he's just not even heard of at all. He shows up, and he doesn't give the coaches an option. He did what Ryan Day said to do. He left no doubt for the coaches. They don't have an option but to play him now. I freaking love it. He might be one of my favorite players on the team now, listening to the dude talk. I mean, you saw, dude, go watch Ryan Day's press conference when he was asked about him. I don't know if I got a tinfoil hat on here, but it just looked like Ryan Day didn't have an option but to speak really, really good things about him.
Of course, he was the highest graded old lineman in the entire game, not just on the Buckeyes, the entire game.
Yeah, his eyes got big, dude, and he just like Ryan. You could just tell that there's a little, thank God for Chip Kelly stepping up, being the mature coach in the room and saying, yo, dude, let's get Carson in this freaking game, because that's what happened. That's what we needed. Ultimately, Ryan Day, Justin Fry, they let it happen. But the entire O-line, Tegra didn't grade out as a champion. Ryan Day said that he was dang close. So here's how they grade as a champion. It's assignments and what is that called?
Technique.
Your technique. Yeah.
You got to get an 80.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian Day said he was rated an 80. So, but I'm going to be honest, when you go watch the film, dude, I thought I would have given it to Tegra as well, to be honest. I mean, he had a few things, but overall, I thought he played very, very well. So there's my breakdowns there. Let's roll right into tight ends, unless y'all got any more comments on running backs. And
I just got a quickie.
What's up?
So you said you would have gave it to Tegra anyway because you have a big heart. I love that they didn't give it to him because the standard is the standard, and you got to meet the standard to receive the reward. You're not going to get the participation trophy. But however, they felt that he played well, and just because he didn't grade out there, they didn't think that he did bad. So they brought him in front of the room and the whole team, and they gave him his praise and accolades right there. But they were like, you just missed grading out as a champion, but you didn't grade out as a champion, so you can't beat this. So I actually like it.
Yeah, you could 100% go either way on it for sure. I'm on the other end of it. But tight ends, I'll start with tight ends. Did their job for the most part. Still lacking in the blocking department, but we won the game, so it's hard for me. Melo just said it. I have a big heart, so unless there's some egregious things going on, which, to be honest with you, there are still some egregious missed blocks, missed assignments in that room, different things like that. But Jelani Thurman had that catch, which he had 3 catches and 3 drops in one play. What's his name? G. Scott, blocking wise, was doing good at the beginning of the game. Then he dropped that pass and did a few things. So potential wise, dude, I'm gonna get. I got a C+ for the tight ends. Melo.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't paying attention a whole lot. I was paying attention every time Jelani got in. I'm gonna be honest, just because.
Yeah.
I'm a big Jelani fan over here, so I think I'll go C+ as well with you.
Gotcha. Brad?
It wasn't too much action with the tight ends, but overall, I'm gonna get him a C+ as well. I hope that when it comes to Jelani Thurman with that catch, he can be consistent going forward. Build motivation, build character, and so forth, and et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going with a C+.
Yeah. Well, I want to do something a little different. Since we only gave him a C+, right? We wouldn't be fair if we didn't describe what we need to see out of them moving forward. So G, I personally believe G got a little better this game when it comes to blocking, but still nowhere near where it needs to be. So for me, the biggest part, start at the basics. As a tight end in Chip Kelly's offense, you've got to come through with your blocks. You've got to come through with those assignments. So that's what I need to see out of them. For the most part, I see them attempting their assignments, attempting their blocks, but their technique is off sometimes, and they don't drive through and finish those blocks out. So you go back and watch the film, you see a lot of plays that you're like, oh, dang, like that almost broke. Well, for the most part, it did it because the tight ends just didn't quite drive through some of those blocks and finishing out. So just got to step up in the blocking, man. I don't know if that's more effort. I don't know what they're teaching technique-wise or whatnot. But like I said, we won the dang game, but I just need to see a little bit of better blocking out of our tight end group.
For me,
they're gonna come on with time. You gotta remember when have the second half of the schedule, and it's not gonna get better. It's getting worse. So we gotta play football. That's with the including the O-line with the changes going on and things like that. We need the tight ends to step up. I'm not worried about Will Howard. I'm not worried about the running backs. I'm not worried about the receiver. I'm worried about the O-line and the play caller.
Gotcha.
So for me, I'm with you, Dev. I want to see a little bit better blocking, but I also want to see better route running and catching, making more clean catches so that way you can actually be a threat if they do decide to try to take the wide receivers away. I honestly just don't see, for me personally, I don't see how anyone could stop this offense, honestly, unless we self-inflict, because you can hit the running backs out the backfield. You can hand it off. Will could run a little bit. You got the three-headed monsters at wide receivers. If the tight ends could catch cleanly, they should be open almost. Yeah, the four-headed, if we talking about, and it's really, we go five-headed if we throw Bryson Rodgers in there. But so, like, to me, it's like the tight ends should be open a lot because they're the last thing that going to be seen. So I need them on those jug machines. You got to be elite at either catching or blocking. You can't be so-so on both. You can't be lukewarm, as the Bible likes to say. I spit the food out when it's lukewarm. So that's what I want to see. And Coach Jackson, how can we get – what kind of things can Coach Key do to help improve the tight end room? Like, what kind of drills can he do to help them? If you were Coach Key, what would you be doing?
Listen, I stated before, you go through youth football fundamentals, you go through high school fundamentals. When you get to college, you should have some type of basic, like automatic, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to continue teaching fundamentals and you learn that in youth football and in high school. When you get to college, you should have some type of consistency with yourself as a football player, you know? But for me, what more can you teach? You gotta definitely block as a tight end. You gotta definitely block as a receiver. You gotta definitely catch the ball, but God created your hands, so the coaches did not create your hands. So that's something that you gotta do with yourself on the backside of it, behind closed doors, doing extra workouts, and things and reps, but it's nothing more you can teach, Melo, to be honest with you. It's nothing else. Only thing concentration. You have to build motivation with yourself. Have a nice circle around you who's gonna build you up, who's not gonna take you down. So it's nothing else you can teach, man, because when it comes to catching balls, that's the gift from God, and it's nothing else to go with that. But
I'll throw something crazy out there for you two. How do y'all feel about Kenyatta Jackson flipping over and playing tight end for us?
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, guys.
I like him as a defensive end. Hey, on the tight end,
as a defensive end.
On the tight end note,
I got a story on him, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
On the note of the tight ends, Ryan Day spoke about Jelani Thurman today in his press conference, and he actually answered a question. I kind of already knew the answer, but he said it, and it's like, we want to know, why don't we see more Jelani? Why don't we see more Jelani? And Ryan Day said it's about, knowing what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? So, we kind of already knew that maybe Jelani isn't really focusing and knowing what to do on certain play calls. And Ryan Day kind of spoke on that a little bit today, that he's got to know his assignments. Like, that's the basic thing. Just know your assignments. And I think that's what he's struggling with. So somehow the coaches, that's on at some point in time, it's on the player, but then it's on the coaching staff, right? If the way you're coaching is not getting through to the tight end, then you might have to do something a little different to teach them. Yeah, Brad?
To add on to that, Dale, listen to me very clearly. If you're a coach and you have a player that cannot gravitate to you, you're a done deal.
Really?
Because at the end of the day, it starts with the coaches first. Once a student athlete gravitate, even NFL players, we see it all the time in the NFL. They grown men, right? Just like when Nick Saban, you can't talk sideways to these grown men. These not college kids no more. So that go back into the same standpoint with when kids, when teenagers, when high school ball players, student athletes, they have to gravitate to the coaches first. If they don't, cold case.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of that, a couple of different times, and you've seen it play out a lot in college football. But enough of that. Let's move on to the wide receivers, dudes. Bro, I'm not Melo. You could start on wide receivers.
It wasn't their best day, but they got the job done. Emeka played extremely well. Emeka has been, you remember when we first started in the beginning of the season, I was like, man, I need to see more from Emeka. He keeps dropping passes. Man, Emeka been rock solid since then. Like I know I always say Optimus Prime is the best receiver in the country, but I actually think Emeka's outplaying him right now. And I think Emeka did well. Unfortunately, JJ lost the ball in the sun and broke his touchdown every game streak. Tate, they need to just try to get him the ball a little bit more.
Please.
And Ennis is Ennis. Well, I tell you, that boy's nasty, right? You got him for 3 plays, scored a TD, man. You gotta get Ennis more snaps somehow, and you gotta get Bryson Rodgers more snaps. Seriously. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. I need those 2 players to get more snaps in the wide receiver room. But overall, I'll give them an A- because they definitely helped out in the run game with their blocking. But I can't go above A-.
Bro, 3 plays, and I think he was the second leading receiver on the team.
He was. He had 2 receptions and 33 yards and 1 touchdown.
I think he was crazy. In 4 plays. Either way, it's like, wow, bro. Bread, wide receivers.
I'm going to give him A+. Let me tell you why. Even though the performance wasn't up par, because Penn State came to play. I'm going to tell you again, we cannot take nothing away from Penn State. They came in with a scheme, and it came with a plan, and it worked throughout the whole 4 quarters. But of course, they had certain hit or miss, and Ohio State capitalized on those hit or miss. So listen, I'm gonna give them an A+.
Gotcha, dude. After watching the film and stuff, Carnell Tate is turning into maybe my favorite wide receiver on the team, and that might be an absolute psycho thing to say, but I just love the way the kid plays football. I love his route running. I love what he does when nobody's watching. What's the dude doing on the side, bro? He's always in it, man. That's just what I see anyway. So you could ask yourself, should he have caught that pass and maybe stayed in bounds? I feel like he could have. I feel like he could have figured out a way to do it, but still, Will Howard needs to throw a better ball there. Dude was wide open. To me, Carnell Tate was wide open more than any other receiver on the day, but that was just me. He just finds ways to get open, bro. The dude is always open. J.J. Smith, being J.J. Smith, still a freshman wide receiver. The fact that he's this good already is absolutely absurd. But look at the things. This is why it's so crazy. Look how good he is, and look at the things he still does wrong. Imagine when he gets those stuff under control. It's going to be absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah.
Dude, having a brain fart on a name. Emeka Egbuka. Emeka, blocking wasn't quite up to his normal standards of blocking this game, but still showed up, showed out. I mean, he's a rock in this wide receiver room. But BI, baby. But BI, dude. Ballard and Bryson Rodgers were in on that play when they scored. I absolutely love seeing that. But again, dude, Brandon Ennis, not sure why he only played 4 snaps. I mean, we won the game, so it's really hard to complain. But come on, man. Get your crap together, dude. Get the kid in the game more. He's a playmaker. He brings fire to the field. We need more fire from this offense still. I still believe that. Like I said, I think this team played to about 70% of their capacity to play football. Get Brandon Ennis in the game more. I bet you that 70 goes to 80 just because he's on the field. That's just the way I feel about it. But
how do you guys feel about starting can we get a 5-wide set at least one time a game? Just one play a game. Just one snap a game.
Hey, bro, we saw.
Should we start that? Should we start that movement?
Hey, we saw 3 down linemen this game. We didn't think we'd ever see that at Ohio State.
True.
We saw it, so you never know, bro.
Because I want to see Optimus. I want to see Bryson Rodgers. I want to see Tate, Emeka, and Ennis all in the game at the same time on one play. Let's just make it happen, you know?
Yeah.
Chip Kelly gonna get the job done, fellas. Watch.
Yeah. I'm going with a B+ for the wide receivers, and my grades are: what is their potential? Yes, they played great. They killed the game. They did a phenomenal job. They can do better. They just can. So still, amazing job from the wide receivers. All right, Chip Kelly time, baby. What do we think about the play calling from Chip Kelly, Brad?
The play calling was fair. I ain't gonna say it was excellent. I ain't gonna say it was tremendous, because Penn State defense came to play, and it messed up a lot of plays. And then on certain play, when the 2 sacks that happened with Donovan with number 11, Cornell Tate was wide open on both times.
Say it again.
Cornell Tate was open both times when number 11 got the 2 sacks on Donovan.
Yes, he was.
He was wide open, like literally wide open.
Was he the first read or
the third? Yes, read? He was. He was the first read.
Oh, so then that can't be on Chip. That's on Billiam.
No, that's on Donovan.
Well, that too. But like, if he was the first read, he got to get it. Oh, I see what you're saying, because they didn't help. They didn't help Donovan with protection.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
But for the play calling, the play calling was fair, man. I'm gonna get a play calling C+.
Ooh, that's tough.
Hard grade for the day.
What?
Melo, do you want to go after that, or do you want me to?
I want you to go after that. I need a second. That just boggled my mind for a second.
Chip Kelly, he was in his bag, bro. He was in his bag on some of those scoring drives. But Ryan Day said in his press conference that they were fully aware what they were doing in those play calls of leaving Donovan out there. He just said that they just had to ride with it. That was the play call they needed, because that's what the defense was giving them. But in the same sense, it's like, I'm with you, Brad. That doesn't really vibe with me too awful well. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? I mean, you did it once. It was for sure a sack. You did it again. It was a sack. You do it a third time. And for a second there, I thought that the third one was on Will Howard. I thought he checked out of it. When I watched the film, I could be wrong. I saw him look to the sidelines and then move him to the side. So I don't know if they changed the play call. I still don't know what happened in that scenario. But, yeah, in regards to that. But I still got to give Chip Kelly an A. That's just where I'm at, because that's just where I'm at. He got in his bag. That play call to the first touchdown of Mecca Buka, that play call, fire. The one for Ennis, they do the toss out, and they were just setting up for that play. I was mad they did it the second time. I was like, why are you doing that again? Well, now we know why. He was setting them up for the old gotcha moment, and he got him. So I'm going to give him an A, but definitely still room to grow there.
For me, I thought Chip, like you said, he was in his bag, so he's not getting lower than an A for me. But the little speed option, when he ran it the third time, I'm gonna be honest. That's why I text Dev, like, why would he run it a third time? It's not. These are paid athletes and millionaire DC defensive coordinators too. Like, it's not gonna work a third time. You got it the first two. Just like put that just toss it for the next game, because
he did it in a short period of time. Like, he did it too fast.
Exactly. So like that, I knocked him a little bit, but overall, I thought he did great. So I'm creating my own little grading scale, people. So bear with me. I'm not giving them an A or A minus or A plus. I'm giving them an A half. It's right in between an A plus and an A. It's an A half. You can't get the full plus. You get the A and then the like half. Because just because of that third time that he did that speed option, it docked off a little half. I just erased the little line.
Oh man.
Yeah, hey, Melo. I mean, Mecca brings up a great talking point here. This team slips every single game, no matter what field they're on. What is going on?
I could tell you the answer to that right now. It's easy.
What's going on? What's the answer? What is it, Melo?
In Georgia, all the fields, even the public parks that the kids play on, are turf. So with turf, in order to prevent ACL and MCL injuries, you're supposed to wear a certain type of cleat. And what it does is, instead of the cleat getting stuck and your body going one way and the cleat staying in and you tearing everything in your knee, it's supposed to give so that way you slit and it gives out and you won't injure yourself. So it's probably the type of cleats that they're wearing, which is like, all right, you're going to lose a little production, but you're going to be able to play the next week more than likely. Then, all right, you're going to pop your ACL.
That's facts.
But the problem was Penn State's a grass field. So I get that aspect of it on the turf field at Ohio, at the shoe. But
it don't make a difference. It don't make a difference. You got to remember, when you wear cleats, you got to have a certain amount of length on the cleats at the bottom of the shoe. Some of those guys, they wear their cleats and they foul down. Because you got to remember, sometimes you play on hot days, right? That sucker it can melt. It can foul down. It can melt and things like that. They don't change them. They stay. And some of the guys, their shoes be comfortable, so they gonna stick with those shoes. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it don't matter what field you play on. The field monster, the turf monster, gonna always be there regardless. You just gotta pick your feet up. That's all.
Gotcha. Hey, we got a living legend in the building. Torres in the building. He's a new wrench to the wrench family. He is the OG wrench of wrenches. So,
and he's a great dude. Even
ultimate
better.
respect to Tor. Yeah, one of the best dudes you ever come across in your life. So shout out Tor. He's going to be coming on the show again. He did make an appearance when I wasn't here. I have a resentment towards him over that, but we're working through that as friends. So we'll get that figured out hopefully in the future.
We gotta get Tor on again.
Yeah, shout out Tor. And yeah, Blitz, I feel you. I mean, I guess I there's no guessing. I 100% would rather have them slipping than be injured and out for the years. So that's another good take there. All right, here we go. We're going to go right over to special teams before we hit defense.
You love me some special teams, brother. I've never seen somebody that loves special team more than Devan.
Bro, I just think it just has the power to completely change. It's such a small element of the game, and they just think it's just a routine. Let me just kick this extra point. Let me just kick this field goal. Let me just kick this off. Nah, bro, I just don't believe that at all. I just think it's such a powerful part of the game that can just change the game in 2 seconds. Example, Oregon game. Look what that play did in the Oregon game. Completely changed the game. It won them the game. Special teams won Oregon the game. You could argue, right? There's several things in there. And the lack of special teams lost us the game because we're not comfortable kicking a 45-yard field goal. So there's my argument for special teams. But got to give him an A+, man. Made both his field goals. Yeah, no mistakes. That's literally all I asked for. I said, please don't make mistakes. Please make your field goals. They did it. Was the second field goal. Did it have, I mean, dude, I promise you, Buckeye Nation, if he would have missed that, I would be repairing drywall in my room right now. Just got to clear that up, get that off my chest. Somebody else go.
Thank God he made the field goal. Cause boy, look at him, boy. We were texting throughout the game, boy. You was on edge, boy.
I am, dude. I only text a certain select people, so you guys are high on the list. If I text you during a football game, I trust you at a very high level. I trust you not to repeat what I text.
I'm gonna get the kicker, the kicker A+. Kick return. They only happened one time. Caleb had one for 16 yards. Whatever, trash. Not Caleb, but kickoff.
I know you talk about trash. The result.
But punting. He did a great job with the 2 punting for 94 yards. Guess what? Still not good enough for me. So I'm gonna get him a C+.
For me, I'm gonna just do this real quick. I'm not the special teams guru, but I'm giving them a B-. We still haven't returned anything for a touchdown. I'm glad the kicker made the field goals, but he almost missed the second one, which I'm like, dude, if he misses this, that's it. I'm writing an email to Ryan Day and say, the soccer team is right over there. They're the number 1 team in the country. I guarantee you there's at least 4 or 5 people over there that can hit 50-yarders right now. Go get one of them.
Hey.
I'm giving B-.
What I'm doing is I'm giving an A+ to set up for some serious criticism next time they make a mistake. That's what I'm doing. But yo, shout out Buckeye basketball, baby. They went in and they stomped on a Texas, the number 19 team in the nation. I freaking love it, dude. So quick shout out to them. So defensive side of the ball, baby. This should be some good conversation, right?
Hey,
there's definitely some things need to work on. Here we go. Let's start off, man. Let's start off with the unit. Let's start off defensive
Melo,
line.
You want me to go first?
Oh yeah, you go on first. We teamed it up for you. That's why he did that. He threw the alley, and now you gotta come down and Michael Jordan that thing. Vince Carter.
No, man. I'm going Rain Man, but I'm going Sean Kemp, baby.
Okay.
I'm going Sean Kemp, guy. Listen, defense played lights out, man. They played lights out. I'm gonna give them an A+++. Listen, Cody Simon, bro, 10 tackles, bro.
He was balling.
Sonny Style, 9 tackles, bro. Lance and Ransom, 7. JT, 6. Caleb, 4. Davidson, listen, that was a nice pick in the end zone.
Nice. That's an understatement.
Listen, bro, they tried their best to make that an incomplete pass, bro.
Yep.
Man, that man, he had full control of the ball, and he had that 1 foot down. I love that. Listen, D-line. We're going to always talk about the D-line, different formation, different signals, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm a coach right now. I'm not a parent. Listen, I love 92. I like everything what the D-line did. I love everything. But we all see the difference when certain numbers get in. We all see it, right? But listen, to each his own. They all had a great game, all of them. 44, 33, 92, 58, 97, 91, all of them, bro. So listen, DB played good. Burt, he redeemed himself this week. And yeah, man, I love it, man. I love it. A+.
Melo? Easy. A+. Easily A+. They balled out. They did their job. They went above and beyond. Might be the best game I've seen JT play all year, to be honest with you, against some of the best competition outside of Oregon's O-line, because I think Oregon's O-line was pretty beastie. So I'm giving them an A+. I loved it. I love when they put K-Mac in. They better play K-Mac more. I told you, Mr. North Gwinnett, he was player of the year in Gwinnett County. You know who was in Gwinnett County when he was player of the year? Caleb Downs. You know who else was there? Travis Hunter. You know who else was here? A lot. Malachi Starks. There were so many people. Well, Malachi was in Jefferson. My bad. Not Gwinnett, but still. If he was in Gwinnett, K-Mac still would have won that award. He was that different. Deuce Gerald's, who's a 26 that we're on, and I think right now, just talking to the people when I went and shot his film that we got to put up still, I think we're in the lead. He's a mini K-Mac, to be honest with you. He trucked, very first game, trucked UGA O-lineman and scoring touchdowns as a running back. But K-Mac playing amazing. We already know JR needs to play a lot more. And I saw what they were doing. So they put your son in the inside and they were having him looping outside a lot because he has the speed to do that. So if they're going to use him like that, I can understand why they put him on the inside if they're going to stunt.
Right.
But I don't think they were doing that in the beginning of the season when we were complaining.
No, they wasn't.
It was the first time they did it this season.
Right. because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, if they were using him like that, why would I say to move him? Because he's still going to get on the outside, you know. But at least they did something. They tried to do something different. I still want to see him as a pure DN playing when they go to that Rushman package. But I'm fine with it. I thought they did great overall. I can't complain too much. I just want to see K-Mac's snap count go up. I want to see Edric Houston get a little more in the rotation now that Coach Day said they're moving him to the 3 technique.
Yep. Yes, sir. You took it out of my mouth.
Now you got your 2-2. You got Tyleek and Ty as the starters. Rotate them with K-Mac and Edric. Edric got 7-foot wingspan, bro.
Yes, sir.
Like, you know how hard it is going to be for those shorter armed guards and centers to lock up on him.
I watched that kid in high school, man. Listen, and he was at Buford, right?
Yep.
He was there. He was there when KJ, my son, was there when they played each other. He was on that team. Yeah. Listen, that kid can ball, man. He can ball. I like him.
Yeah.
I like
him. KJ Bowden was on that team too.
KJ Bowden as well. Correct.
And K-Mac won Defensive Player of the Year over him too, as well. I'm telling you, Gwinnett County got a lot of talent, man. A lot of talent over here.
Yeah. Hey, let me say this. With 79 Silly Matt, it's a different scheme. It's a different scheme, so you're gonna see a lot because you know they trying things different when it comes to the D line. With you got to mix 92, you got to mix 17. There you go. You got to mix 17, you got to mix 92, you got to mix 97, right along with 40, 44, 33, 91, 58, 98, and the rest of those guys. You got to give a team different because when you look at films, you don't want to see the same thing. You get what I'm saying? You got to give them something different, totally different nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he played as a DN. He the most, with him in 92, is the most DN that played D tackle the most this year.
Yeah. I got a lot of things to say about the defensive line. First, I'll start with this right here. How good of a role is that for Houston? Day explained it in his press conference today. He said that Edric is embracing that role. And what they explained it to him like this, like with his size and his athletic ability from being a defensive end, you can go from being a good defensive end with that athletic ability to immediately becoming an elite defensive tackle. When you have the ability to play on the end, when you come in, if you have that size and still can keep that athleticism at defensive tackle, you're automatically upgraded to elite. So that's kind of the explanation there of Edric Houston moving to defensive tackle. That's how the coaching staff is looking at it. Another thing I'm super excited about, Jim Knowles kind of dropped kind of a bombshell on us today. If you ask me, everybody's wondering what's different with this, the defensive play calling. What's different with it? You look on the field, it might not look too different to the untrained eye. Kind of what they're doing, they're going more towards what Jim Knowles is comfortable with. He said he's very comfortable with this, and that is the way that he called defenses at Oklahoma State. So correct. I'm excited about that. I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more of that. We did see for the first time that I'm aware of 3 down line package in this game. So I'm not saying I'm calling for that. I'm not a huge fan of that. But what I am a huge fan of is how they're using Caleb Downs and how they're using their safeties. And that's the Jim Knowles package from Oklahoma State. So be prepared to see a little bit more of that. I love that. That's the change they made. Why? Because that's where Jim Knowles is comfortable. So that makes the most sense, man. And that showed up in this game more than any other game, if you ask me. Now, defensive line this game, A++, dude, dominated. Kenyatta Jackson, again, not because you're on here. I would say this if you weren't on here. Dude, he gets in and he makes plays, dude. The motor that he has, the speed that he has, phenomenal. Another player that I believe is being overlooked right now, and I think he's just I don't know. When I see him get him, the dude just looks twitched up, lightning fast. He did a loop around to the inside and blitzed up the middle on one time. Go watch that play. Mitchell Melton, dude. The dude is twitched up, and the dude is fast, bro. I did not know he was that fast, but yeah, dude.
Yes.
So I second that. Did they rotate a little more this game? Yeah,
they did.
A little.
They did.
but not even close to the amount that I would personally love to see. I think we got some serious ball players on this defensive line. I mean, even Hero Kanu showed up and showed out on the. I mean, he was in on the play with K-Mac and stopped him 3-4 times in a row. Hero Kanu. So, you know, you can no longer. I said it the last show. I'm going to say it again. That narrative that the coaches don't trust these players, or that they're not better or just as good as the starters, that's dead in the water. Penn State proved it. K-Mac got in for 10 plays and absolutely changed the game. Kenyatta Jackson got in for, I forget his exact snap count, but he made plays. Curry made plays when he was in. Mitchell Melton made plays when he was in. Like, these guys are making plays when they get in. So Day said it. Jim Knowles said it, that they're earning more playing time, but they've said that all season. But let's see it, man. I want to see these guys get in more. And with Purdue and Northwestern coming up, I would be fine with just starting the second string defensive line. Watch what I bet you they would freaking dominate. But that's just me. So we'll go ahead and move on to linebackers. Who wants to start with linebackers?
Linebackers, A+. I love it. Sonny Style, beast. Cody Simon, woke up, drinking coffee, smelling the coffee, beast. Listen, Reese, another one, beast. Those people is finally has woken up, bro. I don't know if they heard our clip the last time, but guess what? They heard it. They heard it. And they playing lights out right now, and I love it. And that's what we need. We need them. Whatever miscued when it comes to the D line, the linebacker gotta fulfill that hole or that gap. It doesn't matter. And guess what? They did it the whole Penn State game.
Yeah, Melo.
I have to second everything he said. A+. Cody Simon is a monster, bro. Him not being in a semifinalist for the Buckets Award is just a travesty. It's ridiculous. It makes the award look like it's just nonsensical and irrelevant, in my opinion. I'm glad Sonny got nominated for it, but Cody should be there too, or at least be there, because I feel like right now Cody's our best linebacker. I don't think there's any questioning it. And if the linebackers play similarly as they did Saturday,
Sonny is still learning.
It's a rat, boys.
Oh, listen to me. We got what? We got four more regular season games. We got Purdue, and then we got
Northwestern, Indiana, right? And the team up north.
Listen, and in the Big Ten title, 5.
It's not over, fellas. We still got to play football. We got a whole lot of football to play. I'm loving it. I like us in the last 2 games. I love it. Penn State, they made a statement on all cylinders when it came to the defense. I like the way how the offense came alive with the different differential of the O-line. Big changes. Of course, there gonna always be mistakes when you make changes. But guess what? They played 4 quarters of football. So I love it. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Hey, Tora asked about recruiting real fast. Hey, we hit on a lot of recruiting stuff yesterday in the video. We'll be updating recruiting on another video for sure. So we got you. I'm going to start off with Sonny Styles. Okay. So the coaching staff asked Sonny to do a lot. They always have since he came in the program. So they hold him at a very high level. I'm not sure if he came out of the game at all on the defensive side of the ball. Sonny Styles' athleticism and his potential is through the charts, right? I think he can surpass Cody Simon, and that's saying a lot because Cody is an absolute dog out there right now. So, with that being said, Sonny is playing very, very well. I still don't think his confidence level is all the way up there, but I'm not saying that's his fault or that's a downgrade on him. I'm not saying that. Like what the coaching staff has asked this dude to do, from go to safety to linebacker, that's a lot. And where he's at now is absolutely phenomenal for being there. But what I'm saying is we have not seen Sonny Styles at his full potential yet. And that's scary to say. So that's where I want to start with Sonny Styles. So when I ask about Sonny, or when I maybe pick on Sonny, I guess, it's not because of how he's playing now. I think that for what he's being asked to do, he's playing above where he should be, but his potential is through the roof, dude. I think the dude can be a legend here at Ohio State. So, but Cody Simon, dude, 10 tackles, a sack. The dude is just sniffing things out. You can tell he's in the film room and just heavy in the film room. Him and Caleb Downs probably watch together because those two are just, they read plays, they see it, they sniff it out, they make the plays. So, and then Arvell Reese, I like seeing him in the game, how he was, again, kind of like Sonny. He's just got that natural, ability to do it. So the more he plays, the more his confidence level is going to get higher. He does make little mistakes here and there, but that's just based off he hasn't played too much. So it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. And that's what I love for the most part overall with this defense. You see players getting better and better each time. You see Denzel having a bad game and then coming out and making up for it. You see Iggy getting called for a holding call, turning around and making an interception. Like, I think that's worth more. Like, seeing them go through a little bit of turmoil at the beginning of the season is beautiful to me, right? The Nebraska game didn't dominate. I would rather them go through that now, go through that turmoil and see what that's like now, because I think it's just making them tougher for when it matters the most. That's in the playoffs. So linebackers get an A for me. They're not at their potential yet, I don't think, but still playing very well. Let's move on to corners and safeties. Melo.
A plus 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 plus. Man, they didn't do anything. What? They had 3 receivers that caught a pass. Their leading receiver was their running back. And I think Julian Fleming had the most yards or something, a catch for 4 yards. Like, they shut it down. It was a no-fly zone, BIA. It's real. It's not just a slogan. And they proved it. Period. And Iggy balled out. That's the best I've ever seen Iggy play. Caleb Downs, what is there needed to be said? There's nothing left to say about Caleb Downs. He is the best safety in America. It's not close. It's him. And then the next guy is way down here. You can't even see him on my camera. Like, that's how big of a gap it is. That
Latham
dude
Ransom
read and reacts. His first step is incredible. His angles he takes are unheard of. Like when he shot through the gap on the inside and then cut his angle straight at a 90-degree angle, the shoelace tackle, the running back right there and get him down. That was going to be a huge play if he didn't make that play.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I mean, yes, he might have 4 tackles. Oh, and the best thing he did was take out their best weapon. Tyler Warren didn't do anything. Lock down. Colson Loveland, I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're watching it and trying to game plan, because it's going to be even sweeter when he takes your candy. Just like the baby you are, you baby back crying little son of a gun.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to get that off my chest. I watch him start some stuff with their little bro, Michigan State, and try to play victim. I hate when bullies try to play victim. Like, you're going to get bullied come the 30th, man. I cannot wait.
Man, we ain't gonna talk about bully because I'm a bully killer. But anyway, let's move along. Hey, DBs, I'm with you, Melo. They play lights out, bro. They play lights out. They ain't have to do too much. D-line came through, linebacker played football, and then when it was time for them to execute, they did that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it ain't gonna never be a perfect game. Nowhere in history of sports. But listen, they did their fundamentals. They did it with their heart and they had fun. And I always preach those 3 principles. That will always be my slogan for the rest of my life. And I use them a part of my life. But listen, them people play football, man. They play football. Davidson, he should have been the defensive player of the week with that interception, bro. That should be on ESPN. Real talk. For the whole entire week until they play Purdue. But listen, A plus 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 plus.
Yeah. There's a reason why Drew Allard had to take off a lot of the game. That's because he had nowhere to throw the freaking ball at all. So, they were all over the place, man, making plays. You saw Iggy did the interception, dude. I didn't know he got player of the week nationally. Well deserved. The dude went out there and killed it. Denzel Burke showed out, dude. That tackle that he made on Warren. Some people are saying that might be play of the game, dude. Go watch the film. Watch where he was, dude. he was fighting a blocker all the way down to that tackle that he made. So, you know, you might get aggravated. He got that far. The fact that Denzel put that effort in and still made that tackle at the 2 or 3 yard line or whatever, phenomenal, bro.
No
Absolutely
fear.
phenomenal.
You know how big Tyler Warren is?
Yeah,
how big Denzel is?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, no, Denzel, get out of there. We need you.
Guess
I know, but
he got hard.
Yeah,
bro.
Man. I love that kid.
Yeah.
He got hard, man. He got hard.
The heart he showed that game, showed up, showed out. Lathan Ransom, that fourth down stop, dude, when he sniffed out that play, Tyler Warren. You go watch the film. You can see that Lathan knew that was coming the entire time. He was on top of it, dude. Those are two, you know, Lathan's a veteran safety. Caleb Downs plays like he's been playing safety at the college level for 10 years now. So both of those, you already said it. I mean, Caleb Downs could be a dang linebacker. That dude comes in there like a freaking missile, bro. Like, you know how mad
for sure.
You guys know how intense I get during games. So when I watched him that play, when he shot up in the gap instead of shooting out and around, I was mad. I was like, Caleb, what you doing, bro? Go around and get him. He's like, nah, bro, I'm going to grab this fool's ankle and stop him, dude. So that was
a nice open field tackle, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's a hard tackle to make.
Add to that that tackle with Caleb Downs. Yeah, I remember the one with my son made the first tackle for when they almost got the first, but they stopped him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When he had to dive and hit the shoelace.
Yeah.
That was another big play, bro.
Yeah.
Some people can't play football, man. But listen, the most underrated DB on Ohio State right now is Hancock, dog, and he's a certified football player. I like Hancock. He's a game
the crazy
changer.
thing is, to me, he's the best nickel in America. So for me, he ain't underrated. You know what I'm saying? Because I always saw him as the best nickel, but he is underrated nationally. I do believe that.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
that's what I was stating.
Go watch him shoot through that gap on that delayed blitz that they brought up. That'll tell you all you need to know about him, dude. The dude's a dog, bro. Just all over the place, making plays. And not only that, you guys do understand the dude had to play some safety last game, right? So the dude can go all over the field and play anywhere. Like, I understand what you're saying, Brad, because nationally they're not talking too much. Watch where this dude goes in the draft, and you'll see that he's not being talked about enough. I promise you,
it happens all the time. It happens all the time.
I promise you, the NFL scouts are seeing him. Watch where the dude goes in the draft.
He's gonna end up on somebody's football team. Watch.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt about that. Dude's a baller for sure. So
you know what? I just thought that we didn't ask the Sanchez's is with all the people leaving. Is that a concern? Because like I wish some of these guys were staying, more of them, so that way they could teach Naeem and Devan the way of the dog. Even though I know they naturally have it, but there's levels to this, especially coming from high school to college. I wonder what their perspective would have been if like some of these guys would have came back. You know, it just ran through my head. I wanted to ask you before I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, what I think about that is number 24. You know, that's what I think about that. Jermaine Matthews staying back. That dude's a dog, bro. Yeah. He's been behind him. I think he's going to be the leader of that room. And I know that's talking a lot ahead, but I'm not quite so sure everybody's going to leave that we think's going to leave. I don't know why. I just have that feeling things have changed, and we see what Ohio State is willing to do to keep some of these players back. So I wouldn't be surprised, man, if we talk a couple of these players in the staying back, but we'll still have Caleb Downs back there.
Yeah, that's true.
Jermaine Matthews back there. So I think that dog's going to be more than well alive, but I definitely understand what you're saying. But I wouldn't be surprised, man, if we see some of these players stay back, but you never really know. So,
it's a whole lot coming back. It's a whole lot coming back because listen, let me tell you like this. Even though some of the guys who's supposed to leave and they waited to the last minute to come back, guess what? I got a good feeling those guys coming back. And then the show is theirs. I mean, that go for 97, 92, 93, 96, and the whole rest on. Listen, 24. Listen, it's that Sonny Style. Listen, bro, CJ. I hope CJ hits wake up. I hope he wake up. I got a good feeling he gonna wake up. Listen, Caleb Powers, another one.
Gabe Powers.
Listen, they coming back, bro. They coming back. I'm not worrying about those guys. But if it happens, happen. But I just hope not. It don't. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, I brings up another thing. Mika was asking us if I think Gabe Powers is going to play. We'll see. If you ask me my thoughts right now, I'm really nervous about Gabe Powers and what the decision he's gonna make. I'm just nervous about it, but I hope he does. I think the dude is. You guys know how I feel about Gabe Powers, but
yeah, you love him. I don't know what you like more, Gabe Powers or talking about special teams.
Hey, dude, I'm just telling you, man. It's just where I'm at. But what are we missing? Any more thoughts? Oh, Jim Knowles. Here we go. Jim Knowles, he gets A+ from me for that. Little stat for you. I think 2019 was the last time that Andy Kotelnicki, or whatever his name is, was held to no touchdowns. So Jim Knowles just did it, and Jim Knowles was also the last person to do it at Oklahoma State. So he's got his number, dude. He's Andy's daddy, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
And bro, do you see that dude on the dance floor? You see Jim Knowles on the dance floor in there?
He actually got some moves. Ryan Day needs to ask for some tips.
Yeah, Ryan Day, shut her down, my dude. Do a line dance or something. I'll teach you some line dances. I line dance all day, baby.
They better teach him one of them TikTok dances.
Yeah. I know better than to go in there and try some of the moves Day's trying to do. Listen, hey,
I love it though.
We white boys, we gotta dance like we white. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Hold up there. There's some white boys that know how to dance, man.
I know.
Jim had a little rhythm in his white boy dance.
But it ain't me and it ain't Day, okay? So
man.
Yeah, thoughts on Jim Knowles, guys.
Jim Knowles, man. Listen, A+ for me. This game, primetime game, conference game. They came to play. That was a tough Penn State game. Penn State team. That's a tough Penn State team. I don't see them going away at all whatsoever. But I'm happy that we got the victory, and I'm happy that Jim Knowles. Well, he satisfies me in this game with the defensive calling. Play caller was on point, on all cylinders. I don't even have nothing bad to say because I didn't see nothing wrong with nothing that went on in the Penn State game. The rotation of D-line was good. The rotation of DB was good. The linebacker played exceptional. Listen, they played lights out. I don't got A+ for me, man.
Amen.
For me, I'm gonna give them a half, and only give them the half because when we lock these wide receivers up and we're pressing with the linemen, he has the last part that I think he needs to get a hold of before we get to Indiana and everybody else is not allowing the quarterback to run up the middle and scramble for all those yards. That's the last piece he has to figure out how to do what we're doing right now and then stop that scramble up the middle. Once he does that, I'm giving him an A+, and I'm telling him write whatever check he wants.
Yeah. My only criticism for the defensive side of the ball, and I'm not sure it's Jim Knowles. I think it's Ryan Day. But opposite of you, Brett, I would like to see more rotation. That's just me. I just think we got dogs, bro.
With who? With the whole defense?
No, defensive line. The defensive.
Now check this out. Now I like what you're saying, right? But the rotation that they had in Penn State game, I love that.
Yeah, it was better.
The right rotation.
Yeah,
literally the right rotation. Because everybody did a great job on all cylinders. No miss. Now, Jack missed a sack. Interleague missed a sack. Listen, besides that, man, they played exceptional, bro.
Yeah.
They played exceptional.
They did. Yeah, there's always two sides to every argument that I think I say that because I'm nervous that we're going to revert back to, not rotating. So I always get nervous and always press for more in the hopes that we can keep it how it was I guess in that kind of sense.
The only thing we got to do is watch, brother. Only thing we got to do is watch. That's all.
Yeah. All righty. Closing statements. Oh, no. Not closing statements because
yeah, I was gonna bring it up. I know what you're about to bring up. Go ahead.
Nah, you bring it up.
No, you bring it up.
I don't think I'm not gonna bring up what you.
I don't know. I didn't know if I wanted to bring it up because it's a lengthy probably conversation. I didn't know if you wanted to save it, but I know Brad isn't here unless he's going to be able to come on tomorrow or something.
So I
could come on tomorrow.
Yeah, so why don't we save it for tomorrow?
We'll save that for tomorrow.
No. That's it. No, let's do it now.
Okay. So what's everybody's thoughts? Chat. I want you guys' thoughts as well. We are the number 2 team in the country. Forget the AP poll. Forget the coaches poll. College football playoff poll just dropped today. We're number 2. Oregon's 1. Georgia's 3. I think they absolutely nailed it. I'm absolutely 100% shocked. I watched it with Dev. We watched it together. I'm shocked that ESPN didn't try to screw us over because, you know, they had the contractual obligation to the SEC. And I'm just thrilled that they actually got it right. I can't believe it. I'm so used to being, as a Buckeye fan, them cheating us one way or another, that they actually gave us the credit. And I told Dev, they're not giving us 2. They're going to put us at 3. And then they were like, nope, Georgia's 3. So, Bread, Dev, let's get your thoughts on it. Chat, chime in about our seating.
All right, check this out, fellas. You know, I'm gonna talk from a coach's standpoint. I'm not gonna talk from a parent standpoint. Listen to me, Melo, Dale, and the Buckeye Nut world. Listen to me. I don't care about rankings. I really don't, because the reason why I don't care about it, because we still gotta play football. Either way it goes. The higher you rank, the more backfire you're gonna get, and the more targeting you're gonna have from everybody else who's on the schedule, and when you get into the playoffs, to the bowl, to the playoffs, it get harder and harder. So me, I get my team prepared to how I've been doing the previous weeks, whatever the case may be. I don't even care about ranking. Let's continue playing football, because sometimes, to be honest with you, bro, when you get big headed and we rank number 2, we rank number. Homeboy, you gotta hold on to that number 2 for a long time. But how long can you hold on to it if you play ugly?
Nah, we're gonna hold on to number 1 once we win the big.
Right. But I would love to be the underdog every week to prove, because that's how you get your hunger going. That's how you get your strive going, your drive, and then you just start riding all gears, hitting all type of switches, hitting hydraulics,
but do you not feel like this team is already hungry though?
They're hungry. They're hungry, right? But let's go back into the previous week with our other conversation. Let's go based off with the coaches keeping the players in the right position, bro. And that's what I worry about. You know what I'm saying? We cannot miss that at all. Listen, Buckeye World, look, I love y'all. I'm a part of the family. Listen to me. I've been doing this all my life. Listen to me. It always feel good to be ranked. But the thing is, you gotta finish at the end of the tunnel to stay that high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because listen, it only take a blink of an eye for a mistake. And guess what? We needed that. Well, I ain't gonna say we needed that loss with Oregon. We needed that play. We needed that game to get hard and see how hungry we were. We was hungry in that game, but the coach put the kids in the bad position. That's my thoughts on it, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Chat, do you agree with Ohio State being ranked number 2 by the College Football Playoff Committee? I think we're ranked properly. I share the sentiment with you, Brad. Doesn't really matter right now, but it's still, I like talking about it. I think it makes college football more exciting with this stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, don't really matter too much. So I think we're ranked right. Honestly, I still think we're the number 1 team in the nation. I've said 100 times about our loss at Autzen that, I think that was more of a coaching loss as well, Brad, but I think we're the number 1 team in the nation, but I like being ranked number 2. It gives us the opportunity to have something to fight for. I just got to say, though, that I just strongly agree with one team on this list. dude, number 4, Miami, number 4. I mean, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. That's just where I'm at. I got to have a lot of haters in that regard, but I've just watched the officials, and again, it don't matter. It's gonna show in the playoffs when Miami's got to play an actual team. But bro, the refs have handed them 3. Brett, I know you're from Miami. This is nothing against you, man.
Miami don't got no defense. They could be beat.
0, bro.
Only thing Miami doing is outscoring people.
Yeah.
Duke really had the game.
Yeah,
they just got worn out.
Miami has offense and officials. That's the only 2 things they got going for them.
Miami can be beat, man. They just got a good offense that can score, but they got a tremendous quarterback in Cam Ward. Listen, I'm tell you straight up. Just imagine Cam Ward came out of Ohio State. Just imagine, bro. This team would be rocking and rolling like crazy because he's a mobile quarterback. He got an arm, and look what he have around him. What Will Howard have. And then he could take the game into his own way. He could take over the game. That's what we need Will Howard to do. Take over the game. Tell Chip, man, let me take over the game.
Yeah.
Cam Ward, that's the difference between Cam Ward and Will Howard. Cam could take over the game. Will can't.
I'm just too much of a Will Howard fan to let my mind go there. That's just all there is to it. It just won't do it. I got a block in my head. It will not do it. Mainly because Cam Ward's got that U on. I don't know. I just got something against Miami this year. I don't know what it is. But
it's my thing with Cam Ward. They're playing crap competition. Will he do the same thing in the big? Because I mean, he didn't do it out in the Pac-12.
But he made a name for himself out there.
Yeah, because he's electric, but he also threw a million interceptions.
Yes, correct.
There's no defenses in the ACC.
Bro, he still throws some passes that are fire, and then some that are like, bro, what are you doing? He'll be running to the sideline, just turn around, just chuck that thing up in the air, dude. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But anyway, we gotta move on the thing I wanted to bring up because Brad, you gonna hop on with us tomorrow?
I will finalize that with you later on.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then we got to get your score prediction for the Purdue game.
Right. Now, before we do that, who won the prediction for the Penn State game? Because I had 24-13. What's going on here?
Nah, what's the name of one?
Oh, dude. Hey, bro. Brett, I didn't even look at. I didn't even look at if you. Hey, Brett. No. Did you guess 24-13?
I did.
Well, then you won because.
But hold on, bro. But listen, y'all. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm very grateful. Melo and Devan, right? I'm so grateful to be a co-host with the podcast, right? And I thank you for the shirt. Listen, I'd rather for you to give that shirt to somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wilston. All for me. It is what it is.
Yeah, so Taco and Steve, who won last week for the Nebraska game, won again. They were both within 5 points of the score. So officially, you won, man. I didn't even look at you. I just went back to the chat. I didn't even look at ours we wrote down. So Brad was the official winner. So that's spot on, bro. So heck yeah, dude.
Now, do you want my prediction now? Or you want
yeah.
I will finalize. I do mine now.
Yeah, in case
we got Purdue, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who Purdue shot this season?
Nobody.
Dog, they shocked somebody. No,
they're dead last.
I'm thinking about Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking about Vanderbilt's
good.
Hey, listen, bro. Wow. My prediction. We play home at noon. Oh man, I like a 56. I like a 56-6.
56-6.
I'm saving mine for tomorrow.
Are you? You always say that, dude. You always say that. So, so Ryan Day said in his press conference, just to let everybody know, they scored 49 points on Illinois. Now, I know what y'all's thoughts are on Illinois, but my point behind that is got to be a little bit careful with Purdue's offense. They're not as bad as what their record shows them to be.
Right.
But Oregon beat them 35-0, and I think we're better than Oregon. So I think we beat them 49-3. That's my score prediction. So I'll write that down now. And then chat, get ready. Nah, look at everybody trying to cheat, man. None of these count, dude. They don't count, bro. Tomorrow is y'all's official.
Yeah.
See, what you do when you put your score in here now is you give other people the opportunity to steal yours. So if they write it in the chat first tomorrow, they got you. Look at Sean and Karis. They got the same score prediction. They don't count today.
Look at Steely Matt. Shout out, man.
That was mine, Tyler. Hey, tomorrow it doesn't start until I say go. That's right. There's no other way for us to do it. I'm sorry if that makes you mad, but hopefully you can see from our standpoint, I ain't got no option, dude. Tomorrow will be the official score predictions for the chat. So we'll do that tomorrow. But all right, y'all. Any closing statements?
I'm good, man. Thank you guys for showing up. See y'all tomorrow, baby.
Number 1, fundamentals. Number 2, do it your heart. Number 3, have fun.
And then, hey, bro, we got 909 subscribers. So God is so good. Our neighbors are so good. Our neighbors being you folks in the chat. We appreciate the heck out of you. I always say it. I'm going to say it again. We're a fan channel, right? So if this channel makes it to make some money one day, it's getting reinvested back into this channel to make it more exciting for y'all. That's just what it is. So we appreciate y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep sharing us. Tell your friends about us. Share us on your X feed, your Instagram, your Facebook, whole 9 yards, man. You want to come on the show, shoot us an email. We're pretty darn booked up for the scum rant thing. So if you really want to come on, still shoot us an email, but we got a pretty booked schedule as of now. So the Buckeye Boys with 3 Z's at gmail.com. Like and subscribe, comment below. We appreciate you. On that note, go Buckeyes, OH.
Ayo.
All right, fellas.
Yeah, I got to run, man. I got to get up at 3:30 for work.
Oh, shoot, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's why I stopped talking after a while. I realized what time it was. Like,
yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right, Chip. Hey, appreciate you guys. See it.